I get shouted constantly, probably about 2-3 times a week off people in the street, you know, oh, you're a dirty tree hugger, you're a mosher with dreads in your hair, oh, you know, you're not, what are you, a Rastafarian? And it's like, oh, do you smoke weed? All these stereotypes that go with the fact that I've got dreadlocks in my hair.
After Sophie's murder, her family and friends felt driven to set up a fund to promote tolerance in society in a bid to head off the kind of violence that led to her murder. It seems strange that in a society that prides itself on multiculturalism and where sexism, racism and even prejudice based on age has been legislated against, the way people choose to dress is still inspiring such hatred.
It's their fears that are projecting onto us, and they basically fear what they don't understand. People do things about racism, people do things about the immigration problems. Why don't people get treated differently for the way they dress? Why don't we get someone to stand up behind us and say, these people need support as well, that they need to be looked after like everybody else?
Sophie Lancaster was 20 when she was kicked to death in a park just because she was a Goth. The ferocity of the unprovoked attack has highlighted the issue of youth violence and has shown how dangerous prejudice and ignorance can be.
I think there needs to be more education, basically, and I think, you know, I never look at somebody and what they're wearing and put them in a group, but I'm not into that, do you know what I mean? And I think that's an education issue.
Some say they've even had to move to bigger metropolitan cities like Manchester to escape the harassment they faced in smaller towns.
You know, don't get as much now because I moved into the city, but outside the city it's more the rural areas where there's more the people. So they kind of get at you because you're not fitting the uniform like everybody else.
They look down at us just because we dress differently, we've got different opinions. I mean, we're all human at the end of the day, just about your colour, the way you dress, your society status or your job.
But I've raised her ever since she was a little girl.
And the way she dresses doesn't mean anything?
No. To me, she can put a spacesuit on for all I care, but she's still my niece.
The name of Sophie's Memorial Fund is an acronym of the letters of her name. It's called Stamp Out Prejudice, Hatred and Intolerance Everywhere. If the UK is truly to move towards being a tolerant, well-integrated and balanced society, that's probably what we're going to have to do. Georgia Calvin-Smith, Channel M News.